Hello everybody. So today I gotta explain props. Props, short for properties, they're read-only properties that are shared between components. A parent component can send data to a child component. When you include a component within a parent, you can send that child component key-value pairs. In the last video, we made cards, but all of our cards were identical. Using props, we can send a child component individual values so that they're all unique. Let's go over an example. We're within our app component. I will create a new component. Let's go to our source folder, go to new file. We will create a component for students to display student data. Student.jsx. We need to create a function student, parentheses, curly braces. Then don't forget to export default the name of the component, student. In order for this component to accept props, this function needs a props parameter. Props is going to be a JavaScript object. So let's add our return statement. We'll include a few HTML elements. We'll start with a div. Within our div, I will include a paragraph element. Within our paragraph, we'll add the text name, colon, space. We'll include a set of curly braces to inject some JavaScript. Let's take our props, this is an object, access the name property. However, we still need to pass in a value for the key name. So heading back to our app component, we need to import the student component. Let's do so at the top. Import student from the location where the student file is found. /student.jsx. Let's include a student component within our app component. Student. Now, if I would like to send some data to my student component, student is going to be the child in this case, app is the parent, we'll need to list key value pairs. The key will be name equals some value. For the value associated with the name key, let's say SpongeBob. When I save and update everything, we have the name SpongeBob. When we send key value pairs to a component, they're all stored within this props object. To get the value associated with the key, you type props dot the name of the key. That will give you the associated value. On my webpage, I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so you can see it. That's good for now. Heading back to our app component, let's send another key value pair. Let's send an age. If you're going to store some data as a value, if it's not a string literal, you got to enclose it within curly braces. Let's say SpongeBob, his age is 30. We now have access to this age key. Heading back to our student component, let's create a new paragraph. Age, colon, space. To include some JavaScript, we got to use a set of curly braces. We are accessing the props object, dot, access the key of age. SpongeBob's age is 30. Okay, let's send is student. Is SpongeBob a student? We'll create a key of is student equals, add a set of curly braces. Is student will be a Boolean, true or false. SpongeBob is in boating school currently, he is a student. Let's save. Heading back to our student component, I'll include a new paragraph. Student, colon, space, curly braces, props dot is student. SpongeBob is a student, that is true. However, our Boolean is not displaying. So with a Boolean, I recommend using the ternary operator. If is student within props is true, then we'll return a string literal of yes. Otherwise, we'll return a string literal of no. Let's update everything. Yes, SpongeBob is a student. You can place complex JavaScript code within your HTML code. Booleans don't display directly to the DOM. You typically find them used within ternary operators or some sort of conditional. If some value is true, return or do this. If not, do something else. Now, if I were to pass in a Boolean value of false, well, that will change to no. SpongeBob is not a student. Let's change that back to true. Now, before I include a few more components, I'm going to do a little bit of CSS styling, just so that all of this is going to be more readable. I'm going to zoom out to 100% where it was originally. Within my student component, within the enclosing div element, I will set a class name. Remember that with JSX, you have to use class name, not class, because class is a reserved keyword. Let's name this class student. Then heading to our CSS style sheet, index.css, feel free to clear out anything within here. I will select the class of student. I'll change the font family to be Arial. I'll add a backup of sans serif in case Arial can't display for some reason. Let's change the font size to 2EM for 200%. I'll add a little bit of padding, 10 pixels. I'll add a border. Border 1 pixel solid. Pick a color. I like HSL values. I'll set the transparency down a little bit to like 80%. Let's go with like 50% lightness. I'll remove any margin around the paragraph elements. We are accessing the class student, then access any paragraph elements. Margin 0. Okay, that's not too bad. So this is a student component to display some student data. We'll reuse the student component, but pass in different data each time. We'll create a new student component. This student's name will be Patrick. Patrick's age. Patrick will be 42. Is Patrick a student? Is student. I will set that to be false. Let's update our web application, and there is Patrick's data. Name, Patrick, age, 42, student, no. Let's add a few more. Student, name equals Squidward. Squidward's age will be 50. Is student. Squidward will not be a student. That will be false. Then let's add Sandy. She'll be the last student. Student name equals Sandy. Sandy's age will be 27. Is Sandy a student? She will be. That will be true. There we are. All right, we have created 4 student components. Each has different values depending on what we pass into props. We're going to move on to propTypes. propTypes. propTypes are a mechanism that ensures that the passed value is of the correct data type. For example, within props, we have an age. We would like to ensure that the age value passed in is a number, not a string or a boolean. If it isn't, then React can emit a warning within our console, mostly for debugging purposes. If you're working with props, it is good practice to also use propTypes. So here's how to create propTypes. After our student function, we'll type the name of the component, student.propTypes equals curly braces. Now we do have to import propTypes. It's found within the node modules folder. Where is it? This should be in alphabetical order. There it is, propTypes. At the top of our JSX file, we will import propTypes from propTypes, prop-types. Within our propTypes, I would like to ensure that any name passed in is going to be a string. If it's not, we'll issue a warning within our console. Name, :space, propTypes dot string. Let's do this with age. Age will be a number. Age, :space, propTypes.number. Then is student. Is student will be a boolean. Is student, :space, propTypes.bool for boolean. All right, and those are our propTypes. Heading back to our app component, for SpongeBob's age, if I don't pass in a number, let's say I pass in a string of 30, well, this won't prevent the program from running, but it will issue a warning within our console. If we right-click, go to Inspect, go to Console, we can see a warning. Failed prop type. Invalid prop age of type string. Supplied to student. Expected number. And here's a location. So this is good for debugging. It won't stop the application from running, just issue a warning. It is good practice to include prop types if you're accepting props. Then lastly, we're going to discuss default props. Default props are default values for props in case they are not passed from the parent component. Let's say we create a new student component, but we don't pass in a name. We can add a default value, such as guest, just in case that value isn't passed in one way or another. Okay, let's add default props down here. Student dot default props equals set of curly braces. For the name, the default value will be guest. Age will be 0. Is student will be false. To test this, let's go to our app component. We'll create a new student component, but don't pass in any props. We'll create an empty student component with no props. That appears to work. The name is guest, the age is 0, student is set to no. So if I were to include a name, let's say name equals Larry. Well, Larry's name is going to be set. We didn't include any key value pairs for age or is student. We ended up using the default values, 0 and no. Alright everybody, so those are props. They are read-only properties that are shared between components. A parent component can send data to a child component. When you include a component, you can send that component key value pairs, which allows you to reuse that component but have unique data. And those are props with React.